We celebrate the birth of a child, yet we avoid the topic of death. Unfortunately, it's something that's going to happen to us all, and it's inevitable. I'm here today to discuss this issue further with Bridget Belcher, Funeral Director at Millingtons, to help you understand some of the issues involved when you need to consider this. Thanks for joining me, Bridget. Now, as a starting point, can you tell me what actually happens when someone passes away?
Depending on where the person passes away, it's a case of us organising the transfer of the deceased from the place of death into our care, and then we make it an appropriate time with the family to get together to discuss all the funeral arrangements.
And what does a funeral cost?
Depending on what the family want, there are so many decisions to make, whether it be cremation or burial, depending on whether the family would like refreshments, DVD montages, service booklets. Some families choose to have no flowers, notices in the paper, but anywhere really between $3,500 and $12,000, but $3,500 upwards.
As prepaid funerals are exempt from Centrelink, I assume they're fairly popular nowadays?
Yeah, they are very popular. I guess it's peace of mind for the person doing it or the couple. It's tailoring the funeral to the individual's needs and wishes, and it's locking in the price, today's price, the cost at today's price. So
what happens with let's say I've done a prepaid funeral and I pass away, what's the process in that situation?
Normally the next of kin would still make contact with Millingtons. Sometimes families are unaware that their loved one has a prepaid, so we are always thorough in checking whether we have a prepaid for the person that's passed away. But then an initial consultation is still necessary, so we meet with the family, but it certainly takes a lot of stress and pressure off the family at the time if there is a prepaid in place.
What are some of the more unusual moments that have happened to you during your career in the funeral industry? I assume it doesn't always run smoothly.
Yeah, we've certainly had cases of flat tyres on hearses, arriving at a cemetery and there's an animal in the grave. There are often family feuds that can take place in funeral services, but there's a whole range of things that you're not always prepared for. People fainting in funerals.
What advice would you give to anyone looking at planning a funeral?
And to ensure that you've discussed it with your family, to let them know that if you have put something in place with a funeral director, whether it be prepaid or pre-arranged, that you let your family member know, and also obviously your financial planner and perhaps your solicitor as well.
Thanks so much for your time today, Bridget. It's an interesting topic, and unfortunately it's something that's going to happen to us all at some stage, and the industry has certainly changed a lot since I worked here as a university student. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us.